It was very difficult to find this one, but it was worth it. This panel suggests cutting an atom with a very fine knife to trigger a nuclear explosion, and of course it doesn't work, because cutting stuff is often explained in a misleading way. For obvious reasons, you wouldn't want to build a nuclear bomb, but for scientific purposes, I will explain why nukes actually detonate, and as you will see, it has nothing to do with knives. This marks the 100th video on our series Why It Doesn't Work. Thank you everyone for watching me and sticking around for this moment, and without further ado, let's dive right in. When you cut something, you're not splitting atoms. If we could zoom into the moment of cutting a paper for example, you would notice that atoms don't get cut, since they're too tiny and tightly bound, and the forces holding an atom together are very strong. When cutting, you're really just separating groups of atoms. Paper is made of cellulose from wood, which forms long molecular chains. When you cut it, you're breaking the bonds between these chains, not slicing through individual atoms. Other materials like metals, for example, are much tougher, because their atoms pack into extremely ordered crystals. Their electrons form a sea of bonding that's incredibly hard to break. That's why cutting through steel requires so much force. Suppose you had a magical knife fine enough to cut an atom, which is physically impossible, but even then, splitting random atoms will do nothing. Nuclear fission isn't cutting. Nuclear explosions rely on chain reactions. Unstable atoms like uranium-235 naturally decay over billions of years, but if a neutron hits one of these atoms, it splits right then and there violently, releasing energy and shooting out more neutrons. Those new neutrons hit other uranium atoms, splitting them too. With enough atoms, this will make an explosion. A single fission event releases a tiny amount of energy that you would never notice. Now if we grab that imaginary knife and cut a uranium-235 atom, it will most likely result in a chain reaction. In nuclear physics, splitting an atom means bombarding it with a neutron, not physically cutting it. A uranium core the size of a golf ball can release energy equal to a Yankee Stadium packed with dynamite. That insane energy isn't just for destruction. One uranium pellet could power a house for 6 months. Fusion, which powers the sun, could someday provide limitless clean energy. Nuclear force is not bad if used correctly.